We are going to be making a frittata this morning. The Super Greens Frittata is full of fiber, and this recipe is from Taste Australia. Now, I love frittatas, and it's time for lunch, so let's get this started. Hey there, Wrinkled Runner here. Fiber is a nutrient that everyone needs, and those of us who are older really need to keep up with fiber intake. Now, I don't have to tell you what happens if we don't get enough fiber. One caveat though, as runners, we can't stuff too much in before a run because the opposite problem of not enough can rear its ugly head during a run, and that's not fun. I love frittatas because you can make them for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Now, I had a run this morning, and so I'm going to be making it for my lunch. So here's the ingredients that you're going to need. So you're going to need 1 cup fresh basil leaves, half a cup fresh flat leaf parsley leaves, 3 green onions roughly chopped, 2 zucchini roughly chopped, 80 grams of baby spinach, and then you're gonna have some extra at the end to serve. Now, one note, I forgot to get the baby spinach when I was at the store, so I'm using frozen, but ideally you would use fresh. 2 tablespoons extra virgin olive oil, 8 eggs, 1/2 cup Greek style yogurt, plain, 250 grams of mushrooms, 200 grams of broccoli cut into florets, 2 thinly sliced garlic cloves, 1/4 cup pumpkin seed or pepitas and sunflower seed mix. Now, I only have the pepitas, and I'm wondering if in Australia this pepita and sunflower seed mix is a thing there, but I just have the pepitas. 1 tablespoon lemon zest, 2 teaspoons of fresh tarragon leaves, finely chopped, and then at the end we're going to throw in some Parmesan or another kind of hard cheese to serve. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is blend some of these ingredients up in a food processor. So you're going to put in the basil leaves, the parsley leaves, the green onion, the zucchini, and the spinach. Now, because I used the frozen spinach, I drained it really, really well because I don't want this frittata to be watery. So we're gonna whir this up in the food processor, and I'll come back when that's done. Okay, so look at this. This looks so good, and it smells amazing. The amount of basil in there just really gives it an awesome, awesome smell. So if you like your greens, or even if you don't, I suggest you try this just based on this alone because I haven't tried it yet, but I'm guessing it's gonna be really, really good. Okay, so our next step is we're going to be heating in an oven-proof frying pan the half the olive oil, not all of it, just half of it, and then putting that zucchini mixture that we just mixed in the food processor into the frying pan, and we're going to be frying that up until it's a little charred. And the other reason is we can get some of the liquid out of the zucchini and the spinach so that, again, it doesn't make our frittata watery. Okay, so half the olive oil, so that would be a tablespoon, and I'm just eyeballing it here. And you will see that my oven is not level. Probably you'll be able to tell. So if your utensil doesn't work, you get in there with your hands and just get it all out of there. So you're going to do this for 5 minutes. So I'm going to set a timer for 5 minutes. Okay, our next step is we are going to whisk the eggs and the yogurt together. So I've got 8 eggs in there. And this is the half cup of the Greek style yogurt, plain. Okay, so you're going to whisk this all up, and then you're going to add a bit of salt and pepper to it. And I've discovered this new thing. It's get it at a restaurant supply store. It's garlic pepper instead of garlic salt, and I have been using that on absolutely everything. And I think I'm actually going to put it in this too. So after I get this all mixed together, I will be adding some of that garlic pepper, and we'll go on to the next step. Okay, so we have our egg mixture all nice and peppery and the yogurt all blended in. I'm going to turn this frying pan back up, And then we're going to add it to the pan. And you're going to cook this for 8 to 10 minutes. Now you're wanting it to be set, but a little bit wobbly in the middle. I'm going to pour that in. Get all that nice garlicky pepper out of there. Mix all this in with the green mixture. This would be a perfect way to have some green eggs and ham. Instead of using all that food coloring, just use all this green goodness and get that in there. Okay, we're going to put this on low and we're going to give this some time to set. Okay, I've moved the frittata to the back of the oven and I'm heating up this pan now because we're going to be cooking the broccoli and the mushrooms in this pan. One note, usually when I make frittatas, I actually bake it in the oven, and that is something that you can do too, especially if that's what you're used to. I'm just following what the recipe says right now, but I actually usually do bake my frittatas in the oven. So you're taking your remaining olive oil and putting it in your pan. Getting that all nice and hot and ready. We're going to add in our broccoli florets, our mushrooms, and that's going to take about 6 minutes to get to where we want them. Okay, everything is starting to look and smell amazing. So we're going to add our last ingredients to this pan here with the broccoli and the mushrooms. You're going to add the garlic, your seeds, your lemon zest, and your tarragon. You're going to give that a good mix for about 2 minutes. Keep an eye on those pepitas to see when those are toasted, and that will be your signal that this mixture is done. Okay, so we're going to take this off the heat. This is all done. And I've put the broiler on in my oven so that I can put the frittata in there. So you can see it's still a little wobbly. It's still a little unset on the top, but I think the broiler will take care of that. I don't want it to burn underneath. So I'm going to add that in and let the broiler do its thing. Okay, doesn't that look so good? It's pretty thin because I used a really big pan to do it. So you can adjust the pan that you use in order to get a thicker frittata. I'm going to add this mushroom and broccoli and the pepita right on top there, and then add some Parmesan cheese. And lunch or breakfast or dinner is served. Okay, so I'm going to taste this now. Let's get some mushroom in there, a little bit of broccoli, a little bit of cheese. That is really good. Tastes like spring. And believe me, living in Buffalo, where it's I think 28 degrees today, spring is what I need. Give this a try if you are looking for more ways to put some fiber into your body. Next week, I'll be making figs stuffed with cheese to get a boost of calcium. So join me next Wednesday morning for all of the fun. As a running coach from Buffalo, New York, I love to share with other runners the things that I am learning as I train. The Wrinkled Runner content includes a blog and podcast that you can link to in the description. You can also sign up for my once-a-month newsletter to get all the content that I put out, as well as any resources that I have found for runners. My coaching season is opening up soon, so if you are in the Buffalo area and looking for a run coach, check out my coaching page, which is, of course, linked below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the run.